All right. Hey YouTube, Danger Sam here. I just kind of wanted to do a bit of a tutorial video for mostly new players, I guess newer. And honestly, like, you can find so many tutorials about how to do this, so many better ones than the one I'm about to make here for you guys. But I want to do a bit of a tutorial on wave dashing. You can see that I got my controller in the bottom right there. See all my inputs. And wave dashing has become probably one of my most used mechanics, honestly. For a lot of reasons, mostly recoveries. So like coming off the wall and so on. Well, that was a bad one. But also just for getting across the field, even. So pretty much, it's a fairly basic thing. There's two different ones I'm going to show you. But here we go. So the first is just a simple... I messed that one up, but for the first one's just a simple forward wave dash. And all you gotta do for this one is you jump, ignore the pull forward there. I'm used to doing this, where I pull forward a bit, just to get myself to the ground quicker. But basically you jump, pull back, and just before your wheels touch the ground, you front flip. That's pretty much it. You literally just pull back a bit just before your front wheels touch the ground, or just before your back wheel, just as your back wheels are touching the ground, sorry, you front flip. And that'll give you the propel forward. You don't want to do it too early, otherwise you do stuff like that. Or like what you were seeing earlier when I messed it up and did a weird flip forward on the ground. This can also be done in the reverse, so if you're going backwards, you can actually... It won't get used as much, but I know I've used it a few times where I would back wave dash, I guess you could say. And it's literally just the same thing, except you pull your car forward, and just as your front wheels touch, you back flip. I'm messing it up every time right now, but yeah, it's the same idea. Both can be useful given the right situation, but for the most part, you're only going to need the front one there. And then the next one is this side one here, which is more commonly used, especially for chain dashing. Oh, that was a weird one. But basically, it's the same idea, except this time I'm going to be using my air roll button. Because if you don't use your arrow button, well, this is what happens when you try to do the... You go nowhere. You just kind of stop in place. So to counteract that, you have to hold your arrow button, and you'll slide. But it's basically the same idea as the front one, except this time you're gonna have to arrow to the left or right based on which way you want to go. So this one's to go towards the left of my screen. I am arrowing a bit to the right, and then I'm side flipping. So you want to side flip in the opposite direction that you were arrowing. Same thing with the other side. And this one is the one I commonly use, is the side one. So any gameplay you'll see, you'll probably end up seeing these wave dashes. You can even do them on the wall. Let me get into actual position. I don't know. I don't really use that on the wall much. But if anybody's seen it, Squishy Muffins has a clip where he does a wave chain dash on the wall. Kind of like that, but a lot better. It's a lot harder to do on the wall. But, and then to chain dash, it's basically, I don't really do it with, you can do it with this, but it's not as good in my opinion. In my personal opinion, I don't like doing it that way. So, well, I'm not going to be able to do it this time. doing it from the side for me is at least usually better. I'm not very good at chain dashing either. It's something I don't use often, so. But there you go. It's fairly simple, fairly straightforward. Just pull back, front flip. That was a bad example again. Pull back, front flip, or pull to the side, like arrow to the side, and then side flip in the opposite direction. You can also combine these with dribbling. Let's see if I can actually do one. If I can even dribble. Holy cow. I'm a little rusty right now. If you couldn't tell. Now my game's lagging a bit. Oh, that's great. But, yeah, you can combine them with many different other mechanics. Dribbling, sometimes aerial. So, like, for example, say I come off the roof, I miss an air dribble or something. Instead of going for the flip, if I know it's not going to be worth it. Oh, I can't do it really there. But say I miss the ball. Instead of flipping... Oh, for some reason I can't do it. But instead of flipping, usually what I'll do is I'll wave dash when I hit the ground to pretty much recover my car and gain speed again quicker. So it's a very useful mechanic, and it's something that I feel like can help a lot of players. When I first learned it, it took me, I want to say, a good 2 hours to actually learn it and be able to do it effectively. And even now, I still messed it up quite a bit. You would think I would be doing them almost perfectly, given 2 years since learning how to do it. But nope. So that's the basics of it, though. I could do a more in-depth of what you can do with it. But as I said, I'm very rusty right now, so my mechanics need some work before I do more stuff like this. I've been planning to do this tutorial for a few days, and then some stuff happened, so I hadn't gotten to it. So there you guys go. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this helped at least a bit. There's a lot of better tutorials out there, so if it didn't, go check anybody else out. There are so many good ones. I just thought I would do my own just to try and help out, given the free-to-play update and everything and the amount of new players. Thanks for watching, though.